Hi, I'm Andrew Wiles. In this video, I'll be talking about the WorldDataOnline NoETL import service. I'll give you an overview as to who the service is for, what it actually does, and talk about the financial and operational benefits that can be obtained by using it. So, first things first, what is ETL and why would it be a good idea not to have it? Well, ETL stands for Extract, Transform and Load. And this is the industry speak for describing the process by which data is loaded into a data warehouse. All the big software companies each have their own suite of tools for managing this process, and these tools have such amazing levels of sophistication that developers will actually quote a specialization in ETL tools on their resume, and in some cases can make a complete career out of managing data warehouse load. In reality, though, much of the data a business works with is actually not very complicated. In fact, there's a de facto standard for moving data between applications that covers probably 95% of the data that's moved, and this is the simple CSV file. The big vendor tools are more than capable of loading CSV files, but because they try and cover every imaginable ETL task, they actually bring a surprisingly high overhead to this simple 95% case. In fact, it's probably safe to say that in trying to make the complex simple, they end up making the simple more complex. So the WorldDataOnline import service was designed to remove all of the complexity from working with these CSV files so that you can gain substantial time and cost savings. So let's import some data. Within the file system here, I've created a folder for the World Data Marketing department who need to manage some email lists for emailing our customers. Within that email category, we're going to create a consolidated email list that consists of data that's come from various different sources. Now, at the moment, that folder's empty. I have prepared some lists in advance, so here's my first email extract, and all I'm going to do is simply copy that file into my consolidated email list folder, and from there the World Data Import Service is going to pick up that file, process it, and put it into my database. As an end user, my tool of choice is Excel, and what I'm going to do now is import that data from our database. The server name was localhost, and the database name was World Data Marketing. And within the time it's taken to bring up Excel, the NoETL service will have loaded that data, and I can bring it into my Excel workbook. Now you'll notice here that it's loaded 1,528 rows of data. I'd said that what I wanted to create was a consolidated email list, so what I'm going to do is I'm now going to go back to my files, and I'm going to take the second of my 3 files that I'd created and copy that into the folder. And what the ETL service does is it says that if there's more than one file in the same folder, it will attempt to append one file to the other. Now if I come back to Excel and I refresh my data, you'll see that we now have 2,966 rows of data loaded. And it really is as simple as that. Now there's lots of other functionality that I'd like to show, but for the purposes of this video, what I'd like to do is go back and talk about the benefits that you get from using the NoETL service. So the first benefit is in the empowerment of end users. End users can manage their own data assets with minimal or even no IT involvement. Improved velocity. You've already seen that files placed in the folder hierarchy are imported in near real time, but if you compare this to a process that involves having to ask a developer to upload data or even having to raise change control paperwork in order to be able to get data loaded into a warehouse, the improvements are massive. You'll have seen that there are no developer licenses involved. In fact, there's no developer skills involved. You don't need to understand the complex ETL tools in order to be able to get this data into your warehouse. And based on that, substantial savings can be made in both developer time and when compared to using the native tools. Lastly, if you look at the possibilities of change over time and restructuring the data warehouse, the NoETL service is much more flexible for recreating a data warehouse from raw data and ensuring that your data is organized in a way that can be managed over time. Thanks for watching this video. For more information, please don't hesitate to contact us at info@worlddata.online.